Time for the first ever lyrical breakdown, and this one is for N.A.P.Boom. Now first, let's start off with the part that says Christ forever. Now that means Jesus Christ lives forever, and that we will always love Jesus Christ forever. Now the next part, N.A.P.Boom. So you may be wondering what that means, because usually in songs they use a phrase that already has a meaning, like param pam pam and bada boom bada bing. But this one I actually made up. Now, because it always says that before it talks about Jesus coming out of the tomb, it actually just means like, boom, wow, look at that. Now, here's the next part. So it says, the way I'm talking, I don't mean to offend you, but the way the world's going, do it, moving into the wrong spot in line and you get what's coming. So that part literally just means that, like, people get offended pretty easily. Like, if you bump into them or you get into the wrong spot in line, bad things could happen sometimes. So then the next part it said, who do you serve? Who came out the tomb? So that's like, it's just saying, like, who is your God? Who is the most powerful one? And then it says, was it your God? Was it your God? And it says, like, no, the line. So was it your God? Meaning, if you don't believe in Jesus, then it isn't. And if it wasn't fictional, so don't listen to people when they say it's fictional. And when it says, was it a lie? And then it says, no. So, was it a lie? It was not a lie. And then it says, so get out the way, because you're trying to spread the word to people. But you can't spread it if there's one person that doesn't want to hear it and is just saying all these things. So then the next, the verse, which is actually the bridge, it says, my Jesus came out the tomb. It wasn't you, it was my God. So that part just means, it was not you. Because some people might be, they have some problems, or they might say, it was me. So, no, it was Jesus. And then it says, so don't chatter and say it doesn't matter. Don't talk and say it doesn't matter when there's other people that actually want to hear. Because N.A.P.Boom, boom, wow. Jesus came out the tomb. Then the next part, which said, you talking as if you're the one that saved the world and yet you still twirl. Now that part means you're talking as if you saved the world. You say that you saved the world, but you still sin, and Jesus never sinned. Then it says, why you coming in saying that? How you saying it? With you when you coming in like boom, saying yes queen to everyone you meet. Saying yes queen to everyone you meet. Now that part, just means like, if you can't say anything that's pure, then how were you the one that saved the world? Then it says dot in the back to work making stats when you're trying to get that. And it just that means, like, you can't do anything that's good, and you just do it to get the money. You don't care who you hurt, all that stuff like that. But then it says, you want to do something good, but you say ew instead of saying no. Now that part just means that you're saying ew and walking away instead of confronting the person if they're doing something sinful, or that's not of God, or that needs to be confronted. Then it says, stand up for what you believe, saying that the price was bought just as an excuse. Set the truth loose and stop giving excuses. Just as an excuse. Set the truth loose and stop making excuses. So I bet you know that means that you need to stand up for what you want, which goes with the last verse. So stand up for what you want to be done. Stand up for the good. And when you say things like you're rebellious or you're reckless or you do things and you say the price was already bought, so I'm fine, you should still try to do good works, because when you do good works, it doesn't mean that you have to be perfect. When you do good works, people will want to come to Christ that aren't already believers yet. Then it's just the bridge again, and then it's ha, it was rad. Ew. Man, stop doing what you say you shouldn't. Now that means that you shouldn't say things to people and try to tell them how to live their life, how to do what Christ says, if you can't even do that yourself. Because people will sense that and then they won't try to do it. Then it also said, don't be perfect, but stop digging up dirt, I said. And this part's in Korean, so I'm going to go to the translate. It's basically just putting the context into an easier conclusion, and it says, why are you doing this? It's time for you to aim for what you're meant to be. You say that it's perfect, but you're doing things that people shouldn't see. Now that part just means that, it goes along with the last paragraph, as I said. You're trying to tell people how to live their lives, but then you're doing things that other people shouldn't see, or that's, not godly, and then you are still telling people how to live their lives. Now the next part said, the bridge, and then it said, when Jesus came out the tomb, you don't act like you did. You do everything you did before you came back to live. Now that part means that you say that Jesus set you free, and you might still be, after you're done working on things, you still need to work on things because you're doing what you did before he brought you back to life as a new person. You lie on his name, you think it's a game. Why are you doing that? Is that a commitment when you say, it's a game, stop playing? Now that means you're telling people what to do, and you're not even committing to what you said that you were going to do when you were dedicated to Christ. Then after the bridge, verse 5, it says, you lie on his name to play the bad game. Like man, come on. Now that part just means that you're lying on God's name. You're playing the game like you're not doing good things. You're talking about God disrespectfully. And then after that it said, but what I say is Jesus Christ forever, and that gonna endeavor and win. Now that means, but what I'm doing as a believer of Christ is that I'm going to say Jesus Christ forever. I'm going to do what God called me to do. I'm going to do what he says. And what I do is going to endeavor, and that's going to win. He's going to win. And then it just repeats that verse in Korean. But yeah, that is the whole point of the song. The song is basically just talking to different people that, some people are trying to come to Christ, but they don't know what to do. Some people are just they're talking about him badly. Then some people are they say that they're Christian, but then their works prove otherwise. But yeah, that is my first lyrical breakdown, and I'm going to do some more for some other songs, even the ones that AI did instead of me writing them. But thank you, and I will see you guys next time. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And stay tuned for the next 2 songs, as I said I was going to do. Cherry blossoms everywhere in the fabric of life.
Ooh, man, stop playing. Stop doing what you're saying you shouldn't. Don't be perfect, but stop digging up dirt. I said, we're gonna say, 당신은 당신이 되어야 할 것을 목표로 삼아.